Raiders, though. Give it to the Raiders this season. Tough season for them, but they still were able to make the playoff. All right, for Cincinnati, Joe Burrow was 24 of 34 for 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, for a QBR of 62.6 and a rating of 110.4. Mixon carried the rock 17 times for 48 yards. Jamar Chase had 9 receptions for 116 yards. For the Raiders, Derek Carr was 29 of 54 for 310 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception for a QBR of 39.1 and a rating of 69.2. Josh Jacobs carried the rock 13 times for 83 yards. Darren Waller had 7 receptions for 76 yards. The Buffalo Bills blew out the New England Patriots 47-17. I was not expecting that. I actually picked New England to win this game, but I did not think it was going to be a blowout either way. I thought it was going to be close. And Josh Allen just went off. The Bills could just not stop scoring touchdowns, and I really thought New England would be better defensively, but yeah, Josh Allen was 21 of 25 for 308 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions for a QBR of 98.5 and a rating of 157.6. Devin Singletary carried the rock 16 times for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dawson Knox had 5 receptions for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. For the New England Patriots, Mac Jones was 24 of 38 for 232 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for a QBR of 59.6 and a rating of 75.8. Harris carried the rock 9 times for 30 yards, and Bourne had 7 receptions for 77 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeated the Philadelphia Eagles 31-15 on Sunday. This was one of the blowouts I expected. I expected Tampa Bay to blow out Philly and Kansas City to blow out Pittsburgh. So those were the 2 blowouts I was expecting. Tampa Bay, Tom Brady was 29 of 37 for 271 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions for a QBR of 52.4 and a rating of 115.2. Vaughn carried the rock 17 times for 53 yards and a touchdown. Evans had 9 receptions for 117 yards and a touchdown. For the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts was 23 of 43 for 258 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions for a QBR of 20 and a rating of 60. He was also the leading rusher, carrying the rock 8 times for 39 yards. Goddard had 6 receptions for 92 yards. Okay, so for the best game of the wild card round, the San Francisco 49ers defeated the Dallas Cowboys 23-17. Easily the best game of the wild card round. I did have Dallas win in this game, but I was not shocked that San Francisco won. I said I don't want to play San Francisco right now, and if I'm Green Bay this week, I still don't want to play San Francisco. Looking forward to that matchup, but San Francisco beat Dallas 23-17. Jimmy Garoppolo was 16 of 25 for 172 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception for a QBR of 68.5 and a rating of 67.4. Mitchell carried the rock 27 times for 96 yards and a touchdown. Debo also carried the rock 10 times for 72 yards and a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk had 5 receptions for 66 yards. George Kittle was kind of a non-factor in this game. He only had 1 catch for 18 yards. Of course, he does a lot more in that offense than just catch the ball, but a quiet day for him reception-wise. For the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott was 23 of 43 for 254 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception for a QBR of 27 and a rating of 69.3. Not a great game from Dak, which they needed. Ezekiel Elliott carried the rock 12 times for 31 yards. Schultz had 7 receptions for 89 yards. Amari Cooper had 6 receptions for 64 yards and a touchdown. Not a good day for Dallas. City Chiefs blew out the Pittsburgh Steelers for the nightcap on Sunday, 42-21. For Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes was 30 of 39 for 404 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception for a QBR of 68 and a rating of 138.3. McKinnon carried the rock 12 times for 61 yards. He's been a nice addition to their offense. Travis Kelce had 5 receptions for 108 yards and a touchdown. Big game from the big tight end. For Pittsburgh, in Ben Roethlisberger's last game, he was 29 of 44 for 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, for a QBR of 15 and a rating of 92.5. Najee Harris carried the rock 12 times for 29 yards. Washington had 2 receptions for 37 yards and a touchdown. Okay, the Monday night game, the first ever wildcard Monday night game. The Los Angeles Rams defeated the Arizona Cardinals 34-11. I did have the Rams winning this game. I did not have it being a blowout, though. Matt Stafford was 13 of 17 for 202 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, for a QBR of 82.6 and a rating of 154.5. Sonny Michel carried the rock 13 times for 58 yards. Cooper Kupp had 5 receptions for 61 yards and a touchdown. Odell Beckham Jr. had 4 receptions for 54 yards and a touchdown, and a completion for 40 yards. For the Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray was 19 of 34 for 137 yards. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions for a QBR of 7.6 and a rating of 40.9. Not good numbers from Kyler. He was under duress from that Los Angeles pass rush all night long. Edmonds carried the rock 8 times for 28 yards. Christian Kirk had 6 receptions for 51 yards. Alright, so let's just talk about a couple things wildcard weekend before we get into my divisional round picks. Buffalo over New England. I think that was the biggest surprise for me. The New England defense could not stop the Bills, and it's difficult to say like who I trust in the AFC right now, because Tennessee's got that 1 seed, and when Buffalo looks like they did this weekend, they can be scary, but the Buffalo lost to Jacksonville earlier in the season. They lost to Jacksonville and they barely beat Detroit. Now, that was week 1, Detroit was, but losing to Jacksonville mid-season is not a good look. But when it mattered most this weekend, they came ready to go. Cincinnati, Las Vegas. Nothing too crazy there about what I expected. Again, Tampa Bay, Philly. No surprises there. It wasn't even that close. Philly scored 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter to make the score look a little bit more respectable. San Francisco, Dallas. Okay, this was the matchup of the wild card round that I was most looking forward to, and it turned out to be the best game. Dallas just really, in that game, first of all, too many penalties. But they had like 14 penalties, I think, 14 accepted penalties. And just some of them just bad, just undisciplined bad football. And then, of course, like the end of the game, the clock management. I don't know, y'all think I think McCarthy is. I don't think he's that good of a coach. I know he's got a Super Bowl there in Green Bay, but I don't know. I really don't think he's that good especially if Derrick Henry is looking good. But try and shorten the game a little bit, keep Joe Burrow off the field. And then, so I think I'm gonna go Tennessee to win this game. A little bit more playoff experience, and probably just a little bit more ready for the moment. I do love, y'all know that I do love the way Joe Burrow throws that rock, though. And then the Saturday night game, San Francisco versus Green Bay. Okay, what is it? Is it the 1990s in here or what? Like, we got Dallas, San Francisco, Green Bay. All these kind of nostalgic matchups. But I think that San Francisco can give Green Bay some problems. I think they could give them some problems. In the end, though, I think I gotta go with the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field at home. Aaron Rodgers, they got an extra week off. They're gonna come back a little bit healthier. In the end, I do like this matchup, but you got Jimmy Garoppolo quarterback in one team and Aaron Rodgers quarterback in the other team. I'm gonna go with Aaron Rodgers. He's been balling out all season, even though San Francisco has owned Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs, right? Aaron Rodgers is 0-3 versus San Francisco in the playoffs right now. I think this is the year. This is the year that he changes that. So, give me the Green Bay Packers. Alright, Tampa Bay, LA. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Los Angeles Rams. Interesting matchup here. I think I'm gonna go with the Rams because Tampa Bay is just too banged up. I think if Tampa Bay had like all of their starters healthy, I think I would go Tampa Bay, but they don't. And you can only lose so many guys and still be competitive. And I think the straw that broke the camel's back here is Tristan Wirfs. Tristan Wirfs, the tackle for Tampa Bay. If he's not able to go at like 90%, then they're in trouble. They're in trouble because that pass rush for the Rams ain't no joke. So that's the main reason I'm going LA, but I mean, I like LA's team. I like their squad. So I think the injuries, though, hurting the Bucs' chances here. And I think the Rams knock off the defending champs and move on to the NFC Championship game. We'll see what happens. Okay, then the nightcap for the weekend, the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Again, another good matchup. These matchups are so good. Cincinnati, Tennessee, San Francisco, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, LA, Buffalo, Kansas City. Y'all remember Stephon Diggs stayed on the field and watched the Kansas City Chiefs celebrate last year. I don't know who to pick in this game. I want to pick Buffalo. I kind of want to pick Buffalo, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills over the Kansas City Chiefs at home. I think they're hungry. So then that would leave us with them. So my picks for the weekend, I'll take the Tennessee Titans over the Cincinnati Bengals, the Green Bay Packers over the San Francisco 49ers, the Los Angeles Rams to upset the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Buffalo Bills to upset the Kansas City Chiefs. So that would set us up for a Tennessee Buffalo AFC Championship, and then a Green Bay LA NFC Championship, if my picks are right. So that's what I got. that's about all I have for you tonight. Thank you for watching. Please, as always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe.